Hassan Nasrallah, killed in Israeli airstrike, led Hezbollah for more than 32 years. Now, for context, Hezbollah is Iran-backed armed group and political party that controls much of southern Lebanon. Nasrallah, known for his charismatic oratory and strong organizational skills, transformed Hezbollah into Israel's most formidable non-state adversary. How? Let's find out. Nasrallah, the eldest of 9 children, was born in 1960 and grew up in Beirut's eastern Burj Hamoud neighborhood, where impoverished Christian Armenians, Palestinians, and Shiites lived. His father, Abdul Karim, a seller of fruits and vegetables, came from a small Shia village in southern Lebanon. The family was not particularly religious, but Nasrallah became interested in religion as a teen. He was influenced by the teachings of Musa al-Sadr, an Iranian Lebanese cleric revered by Lebanon's Shia and the founder of a Shia party called Amal. In 1975, as civil war broke out in Lebanon, Nasrallah, then 15, joined Amal and started to organize members. The following year, he moved to the Shia holy city of Najaf in Iraq to study in its famous religious seminaries. In Najaf, Nasrallah met the two people who would arguably have the most influence on his life: the Lebanese cleric Abbas al-Musawi, a co-founder of Hezbollah who became his mentor and friend, and Ayatollah Ruhollah Khomeini, who would lead Iran's Islamic Revolution in 1979. On a side note, a starstruck Nasrallah later, while talking about his time spent with Khomeini, said time and space no longer existed. Following a crackdown on Shia Islamists in Iraq, Nasrallah and Musawi returned to Lebanon in 1978. Nasrallah remained associated with Amal until 1982, when he left, convinced that the movement was no longer up to the task of resisting invading Israeli forces. Nasrallah joined the paramilitary Islamic Amal, which was co-founded by Musawi and backed by Iran's Revolutionary Guards. Now, Islamic Amal, the most prominent and effective of Shia militias in Lebanon, carried out suicide bombings at the US Embassy in Beirut and the barracks of American and French peacekeepers, killing at least 360 people, including 241 American service members. Then in 1985, Hezbollah announced its aims: fighting Israel and the West in Lebanon. In 1992, Israeli attack helicopters struck Musawi's vehicle in southern Lebanon, killing him, his wife, and his son. Nasrallah, who succeeded him as the chief of Hezbollah at the age of 32, denounced Israel for the blood-soaked carnage and accused its protector, the US, of being responsible for all Israel's massacres, a media house report said. His retaliation included Hezbollah bomb attacks at Israel's embassies in Turkey and Argentina. 29 people were killed in the latter attack. Moving on and talking about his leadership, it is said that the killing of Nasrallah's 18-year-old son Hadi by Israeli commandos in 1997 raised his stock among Hezbollah's members and supporters. The stoic acceptance of his son's death is often cited by party members as one of the reasons he is so highly esteemed, wrote Norton. The day after Hadi's killing, Nasrallah said, and I quote, "We Hezbollah's leadership do not jealously guard our children." Nasrallah's success in the low-intensity war against Israel that led to the Jewish state ending its 18-year occupation of southern Lebanon in 2000 cemented his reputation as a wartime leader. At the same time, under Nasrallah, Hezbollah worked to develop a large welfare network in Lebanon, including health centers and schools. Hezbollah worked to become a political force. The pro-Hezbollah bloc has 62 of the 128 seats in Lebanon's parliament today, even as it built up a formidable military arsenal with the help and backing of Iran. In 2006, Nasrallah led Hezbollah in another war against Israel, triggered by the kidnapping of 2 Israeli soldiers. The 34-day conflict resulted in large-scale destruction and loss of life, but earned Hezbollah admiration and respect in the Arab world. Thereafter, Nasrallah began to project himself as the champion of all Muslims in the war against Israel. In more recent years, Nasrallah helped expand Hezbollah's influence well beyond the borders of Lebanon. It supported the government of President Bashar al-Assad in Syria when it was threatened by popular uprising that started in 2011. It also trained fighters for Hamas as well as other members of Iran's so-called Axis of Resistance, including Iraq's Shia militias and Yemen's Houthis. It will be a daunting task for Hezbollah and its patrons in Tehran to find a replacement for Nasrallah. The group has lost several key leaders in Israeli strikes in recent weeks, and there does not appear to be anyone surviving who is close to Nasrallah's stature, experience, or influence. For more stories, keep watching the Indian Express.